good evening and welcome to yet another episode of the Diaspora Spotlight. And this time I have someone from Scotland. Her name is Mercy Kamanja. She is passionate about business, investment, and Scotland and Kenyans in that particular community. I will let her introduce herself, tell us which part of Kenya she's from and which part of Scotland she's residing.
Absolutely. Hi, thank you very much. My name is Mercy Kamanja and I am the Scotland chapter coordinator. I'm based in Glasgow in Scotland, and Scotland is part of the UK, and where I was born in Nyeri, but at the moment my parents stay in Laikipia in Kieni. Actually Kieni is in Nyeri district here, so that's where my mom lives.
Okay, thank you very much. We're in Mlima.
I'm in Mlima kabisa.
In Kenya. So tell us what you do in Kenya. I know it's summer.
At this time, we have come for this Diaspora Technical Working Group that we came together. We came to look into the diaspora voting, to lobby and advocate on behalf of the diaspora, to try to look at the democracy inclusion, to ensure that the diaspora voting stations are increased, and to make sure that we can be able to see whether the government can be able to bring the voting to the doors for many people, to give diasporas an opportunity for them to vote. We have got so many people from the diaspora who are marginalized. Sometimes the voting station, like in Scotland, it is like in London, and the distance between Scotland and like now in Glasgow where I live, in London where people can go to register to vote and to go and vote, it's like Nairobi and Mombasa. So you find like now if I have a household of 5 people in my family, I've got 5 children for example, and we want to go and register to vote. The hours from the distance from London is about 7-8 hours on the bus, and sometimes the weather is very bad. Some families have got younger children. If a working shift, maybe the day I'm available is not when the other person is available. And then when you look at the cost implications of traveling there, it will take us 2 days journey if you have a family. And if you have to take a train to go and come back again, then when you look at the cost benefit analysis of that journey to go and vote, and then you make another journey like that to go and register, then it is better maybe even to donate that money to the party itself, and maybe they can do that in their publicity campaign and maybe grassroots level and get more votes from other areas like here, Kenya Rural. But now that in itself now makes diasporas become defranchised, and it denies the diaspora an opportunity for them to exercise their democratic right and not to feel like they are Kenyans. And it will make the diaspora feel at home if they feel that they're part of creating or making the government that is in power, and that gives them the power to feel that yes, this is it, we are part of this journey, we are part of the country, and we are part of the forming the government. So we feel denied if we are denied an opportunity for us to vote. Okay. So that is the matter we brought. We were seeking to have an audience with the president to see, because we have visited so many other people in the past. We have been to the Speaker's house, we have been to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, we have been to IEBC, we have visited JIRAC, and the president has the final say. And so we are hoping that he would listen to the diaspora. And at the moment, this title of diaspora makes us feel as if we are people from a different world, but we feel that we are more Kenyans living abroad, and we want to feel that the president is looking at our affairs just like he looks after affairs of every other Kenyans we see here.
Okay, so yes. All the best as you continue pursuing the angle.
Thank you.
I know that you're very passionate about business, and you would tell us a little bit more about diaspora investment and some of the investment opportunities that you have made possible through facilitation from Scotland and other parts of the diaspora to Kenya. Okay,
so I would want maybe to base this more on the work I do as a Scotland chapter leader. Yes. So first is to say thank you very much to Dr. Luto, for the president, for thinking about creating the diaspora ministry, because that is where the Scotland chapter came about. Before he was even a president, he created the diaspora ministry, contacted some few diaspora, he gave us 3 pillars, and he said that one of the pillars is the political and governance, the other one was to look at the trade and investment, and the other one was to look at diaspora social culture and welfare. So then every pillar had a team leader, and then I was among the people who were in the team leader working team group that was working in social culture and welfare, and then the person I was working with left, so I became the team leader for that. So on that line now, we were creating the chapters so that we can be able to connect with the diaspora at the grassroots community where they are, and so that is how the Scotland chapter came about. So now when I became the Scotland chapter leader, because it's the first time it was established, I was one of the person who came in the vision. I'm the founding member of Scotland, and I have built the Scotland chapter together with the other people in our team within the Diaspora Working Group of the UDA. So the responsibility that I felt that I have as a chapter coordinator, well, first is to market the party itself that has created that platform. So that to create awareness for the UDA party within the Scotland itself as a country. And then the next is because we were not so many people and many people did not know about UDA. So the next role that I had was to market Kenya. So that is to look at marketing Kenya, looking at the foreign direct investors, and also looking into how can we be able to increase tourism, and how can we be able to increase the visitors and other people who can bring in the money. So the other responsibility I felt I had within our framework of the social cultural welfare is to look at how we can market the Made in Kenya brands and how we can market our teas and coffees. We are the voice of Kenya abroad. So I've been the voice of Kenya in Scotland. I've created awareness about Kenya. I've created awareness about our culture, and I've encouraged many Scottish people to feel that they can come to Kenya. And because the president had created that State Department of Diaspora Affairs, it has become like that is a kind of a platform or entry mode. So when you look at the investor, it becomes very easy for me to bring investors into Scotland, because we have got the one-stop shop at the SDD, the State Department of Diaspora Affairs. And then when we are there, like now, if I have got an investor, like one of my investors is in affordable houses, they just come, and then the State Department of Diaspora Affairs would be able to organize for us meeting with the housing people. One of the other investors I have is to do the body cameras, the body-worn cameras by the police. So they are able to connect us to the interior, Ministry of Interior. So the other one is to do with the university partnership. So they were able to link us up with the university. So it becomes so seamless, and it becomes much easier. So that has been one of the things that has motivated me to feel that I can be able to bring visitors to Kenya or investment to Kenya, because there is a structure that the president has ready to place, and the structure is helping the diaspora to seamlessly be able to do that work. Because before, some of the investors have they were saying, oh, I don't want to come and invest in Kenya, or I want to go to Tanzania. If I want a license here, I cannot get until I pay small thing, you know. But with the president structure and with the current State Department of Diaspora Affairs, and with now the president putting us into chapter leadership, where we not only connect with the grassroots community, we also connect with the people, and then within the framework of the connecting with the grassroots diaspora support, the president created, the State Department of Diaspora Affairs has created the mobile consular services, and I'm a secretary of that team. So now we are able to, we have been able to, like now, to bring mobile consulate services to Scotland. And that saved many people journeys to go to London to renew their passport, or for young people to get their identity card. So that is holistically the kind of work I do. So it is interconnected. Yeah.
So thank you very much for sharing what you do and just how important it is for Kenyans in the diaspora, and just how much you're doing for Scotland and that particular community. I would give you an opportunity to say goodbye to the people of Nyeri and the people of Kenya and Scotland.
Okay, absolutely.
Are you planning on going back?
I am going back after my meeting. Our meeting maybe it's on Friday, but maybe I'll stay a little bit more week because I've got the investors with me. But there is one thing I may want to talk about the barriers that we face when we are bringing in the investors, or when we are connecting with the investors. Because like now, the Scotland chapter was more like a political group. So it is not a political group that you have an office or you have titles or you have anything. So sometimes when you connect to these investors, they look at me as a person who has a briefcase office in the street. And so even if they really want to come and invest with me and you have sold the dream to them, because I am not validated by the government, I have not been appointed as a consul, or I don't have a consulate office, sometimes we lose on the investment because they cannot be able to validate us. I don't have an email, I don't have nothing. So how can I claim I'm representing Scotland on behalf of Kenya and I don't have even anything to show? So we would want to urge the government to be able to empower the people who are at the ground, who are working for them, either people to be appointed as consul, to increase more consulate offices, to be able to market the country officially, and that way now we can be able to become we can be looked at internationally as a community that has got integrity, accountability, and we can be trusted. So that is all the support that we ask for the government to empower us, for us to be able to empower Kenya and to create more employment opportunities for our young people.
Of course.
Thank you very much
for sharing that. Thank you, Kenyans from the Diaspora and the Kenyans here for following through this particular episode. That is all I had for you today from Scotland. See you in the next episode.
Thank you.